You see that? That's what you call a cheap plug for a book. My new book, Free Space, the real life story of a bingo queen. It's coming to a bookstore near you on September 3rd. And by that, I mean probably just like Amazon and barnesandnoble.com. So do check it out and check out my website, bmoviesinabook.com. Plugs out of the way. I'm on break from work. I'm sweating. I look like crap. Let's do a video. Yesterday I saw the movie No Escape with Owen Wilson, and I had read reviews saying that it is xenophobic and yada yada yada. It's one of those, Americans in a foreign country, not even third world, they call it fourth world country, Asian, because that's our new favorite people to hate. We keep trying to jumpstart that hatred of Asians ever since, probably ever since Gung Ho back in the 80s, but it never seems to take. But anyway, we're trying again. We're trying to hate Asians again. And but this movie, it does have a thing in there about economic jackals. That essentially it is white people and our corrupt politics are the reason that these Asians hate us for our freedoms. So the movie does pull that trick out of its bag because it has to. Because in this day and age, you can't just have hateful people that just hate white people, that just plays to white racism, gangs of black people in the street. Oh God, we've got to get out, or, punk rocker kids, or whatever, whatever it is. So they have to throw that bone in there because we are, in that sense, a more educated society on why it is that foreigners hate us for our freedoms. That said, the fantasy that it keeps up is that Owen Wilson's character, who is the middle management type, can remain in ignorance. And so it's really a movie about, like, it doesn't matter what the political backdrop is for this white killing revolution in this he finds himself in the middle of in this country. He's just got to get his family to safety, right? So that's what it's about. It's this drive forward. And as a movie, that type of movie, I love those types of movies, whether they're racist or not. I just like the driving forward, push through it, sort of on the edge of your seat movie. But again, it's an interesting thing because you've got this. He's the middle management guy, and he's innocent. He doesn't know that his evil corporation is evil, and that he's a patsy in this. And that to me is unbelievable. You can't not know in this day and age. You can't be that innocent middle management guy. It just doesn't fly. But isn't it interesting that that's the new fantasy that we're trying to build? That there's still some quality of innocence to us, as the white people out in the world who everyone out there wants to get. And so this brings me to my overall central theme. Why do people love Donald Trump? I bet you didn't know that was what this was going to be about. But let's make this quick, shall we? Essentially, there's a liberal fallacy that if you just educate everybody, they will come around to not supporting people who screw them over and or are psychotic bullies. This is not true. And so let's stop giving these conservative types an out by saying that they're stupid. They're not stupid. They're not uneducated. They're in denial. As a friend reminded me recently, anger is a cover emotion, and it covers a variety of things from shame to guilt. Essentially, the overarching thing that it covers is helplessness. So, liberals feel helpless in this world because they know what's going on and they're in touch with their emotions and these evil corporations are in control and yada yada. And conservatives feel helpless, but for some reason they weren't taught to deal with their emotions or whatever. And so they pull themselves up by the bootstraps and, oh, you pansy liberal feeling, how dare you feel something. So that bullying thing speaks to them. But both have the same thing in common, which is helplessness. So everyone's helpless. And there ain't no help coming, right? So what are we going to do with this? That to me is the real question. And so Donald Trump just speaks to that. And it is no different than any other time in history, Germany, so on and so forth, which doesn't mean we're going to turn into a Nazi state in that overt way. uh, but it just means, again, don't give people an out by undercutting their intelligence, undercut their psychological ability to be in touch with themselves. And then ask yourself, okay, so if everyone's in touch with themselves emotionally and we all understand that we're helpless, what happens then? Um, what are we going to do about it? So there you go. No escape, Donald Trump. I just wanted to throw that out there because, I don't know, it struck me while I was at work today. Um, that the debate over educated voters, and that sort of thing is it's a red herring issue. That's not the issue, and it is reflected in our media, as witnessed by No Escape. All right, that's that. I'm out. And this is almost out. Dun dun dun.